What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another scooter video. Today we are flying to Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm traveling with my scooter. So if you guys stick around, you're gonna learn how I travel with my scooter on a flight. Today we're about 24 hours away from hopping on a plane and going to fly to Arizona. We're gonna go spend a week with Caden Johnson out in Arizona. We're gonna go shred all those fun parks, and we're even gonna hit the Undialed Outlet event at the new AZ Grind. I'm getting super excited, but I thought it'd be really cool to show you guys how I package up all my scooter gear and all my clothes and stuff that we're gonna take to another state and travel. It's a little complicated, and it's definitely a question I had when I was trying to travel state to state with my scooter. It's a little bit hard to get it onto a plane and get everything there, because, you know, it's a lot to carry. But after watching today's video, you guys should know how to do it, no problem. Now, without any more hesitation, let's get all my clothes and all my gear onto the middle of my floor right now so we can figure out how to pack it into my bag efficiently and the cheapest way to where you don't have to spend a lot of money while traveling on a plane. Alright, now I got everything vomited out onto the middle of my floor, let's get it all organized so we know what we're bringing. For the most part now, I have everything organized, so I got my pads over here, all of my riding gear. The bag I'm gonna use, I'm gonna talk more about this bag in just a second, so just wait. Over here, we got all my clothes organized out. It's during Halloween as well, so I'm gonna be Spider-Man for Halloween at the outlet event. It's gonna be pretty sweet. But now let's talk about the ways that you guys can travel with your scooters. So me, I'm gonna be using a bag that's about 24 by 26 inches long. And if I fill it up right, it shouldn't be any thicker than the max amount to go on as a checked bag. I personally like to send my scooter through as a checked bag as opposed to like a stroller or something like that, because it allows me to package my pads with the bag. I ride with my pads and I travel everywhere with my pads because when I'm riding a skate park for the first time, I don't want to be going padless for the first time and getting wrecked and then, like, you know, having a really bad trip the rest of the trip. So I travel with my pads. It makes it a lot easier and a lot more comfortable when I'm riding parks. Now what I did with this bag right here is, this is basically a bag off of Amazon for like $20 or $30. Now I'm going to be running this bag as a checked bag, which means it's going to be going underneath the plane when the plane's flying. So I'm not going to be carrying it on with me when I actually board the plane or anything like that. I'm not going to be storing it above my head, nothing like that. This is literally going to go on as a checked bag. So right when you get into the airport, I'm going in, my bag's going to go way on the scale. They have a weight requirement of, I believe, about 40 pounds. So I'm going to make sure to keep this bag under 40 pounds. It should be pretty easier. My scooter's only like, you know, 6 pounds, and like my gear, some clothes and stuff, that's going to be under 40 pounds, no problem. But the reason I like to do this, like I said before, I like to travel with all my pads, so it makes it really easy to travel and everything. But if you guys do not have any pads, or maybe you're just traveling with just your scooter, you guys can probably strap your helmet onto your personal item, and then you can just send your scooter through as a stroller. When you're going through the check-in line, you're basically just gonna like hand it off to them when you're boarding the plane, and you're gonna say, hey, you know, this is like a stroller, and they'll charge you accordingly to that. But personally, I don't like doing that because I want to have my scooter with all my riding gear. It's not like I'm gonna really need my scooter when I'm rolling through the airport, so I'll just pick it up after I get off the plane as a checked bag. It makes it a lot more like economical. So that's how we're gonna do it. It's also super easy to add checked bags to your flight. Like I said before, they have a 40-pound weight limit, which means my one bag right there will fit on here just perfectly fine. As well, there's gonna be like a size that the bag has to stay within, 62 linear inches and under 40 pounds. So what linear inches means is the length, the width, and the thickness all combined together. So say it's like 10 inches long, 10 inches wide, and 10 inches thick. That's 30 linear inches right there. My bag is under, what was it, 62 linear inches. So that's perfect. So for right now, I'm going to put all my gear inside this bag and kind of organize it in the way that makes it like the thinnest and also like the most like easy way to pull out when I get there. This bag, I'll have the link to it down below in the description where you guys can pick it up on Amazon.com. Like I said before, it's pretty cheap. It was only like 30, maybe $40, $50. It wasn't too bad, but it fits my scooter dimensions perfectly. All you guys need to make sure you have is just a bag that fits your scooter. If you have a big old street scooter, get a bigger bag. You know, smaller park scooter, you can get away with a smaller bag. They also make bags that are specifically for carrying scooters. So like I think the Volt carries some, and like some other websites carry like, you know, like the T-bar looking scooter bags that look like just like a giant T. Those also work perfect, but the reason I don't use one of those is because I carry my pads with it. And if I'm going to be paying for a checked bag, which is like $50, each way, I'm gonna put my pads in it. It just seems pointless to pay for that and then not be able to utilize the extra like space of a square bag. So that's why we use a bag like this. But now let's get all this gear packed up in here, and I'll show you guys how that goes. Pro tip, while you guys are packing your bag, make sure you don't pack any toenail clippers. I got help in TSA one year for like 30 minutes just because I thought I had a pocket knife. Sure to find out, they searched my entire bag, took everything out, and this guy right here was sitting right in the corner of my bag, and they were like, oh, we thought you had a pocket knife on you. So, just, you know, get rid of those. And then you guys won't have to wait in the line for 30 minutes. I hate this part so much because I cannot stand messing up my alignment on my wheel. I'll go up to like 2 or 3 months at a time where I keep my bars and my alignment of my wheel in the same exact orientation of where I like last left them. So when I have to take them apart, it drives me bonkers because then I have to like fine tune it and like get it nice back and straight and ready to go when I get to wherever I'm going. But that's alright. It's worth taking it apart to condense it down to put it in this bag.
A few moments later.
This right here is how I'm imagining everything's gonna fit in the bag. Let's see if we can do it. That worked out pretty darn well. I actually have a lot of extra room in here, so I think I might throw some extra t-shirts and maybe some jeans back here in the back. But besides that, I probably should make sure that it is below 40 pounds. 130 with the bag, 161. So the bag right now weighs 31 pounds. That's awesome. That's plenty below what I need to be. I'll definitely fit some extra things in here, like maybe some t-shirts and some jeans, and then we'll be good to go. Another pro tip that you guys can do is take your Rapture wristbands and wrap them around your t-shirts and jeans. It'll make them super condensed down and space saving because you'll be rolling up the t-shirts and then putting the wristband on the outside, and it'll keep them nice and tightly bundled. Another thing you guys can do is take your socks and underwear and anything that can be put inside of a sandwich baggie like this or a freezer bag, and you guys can basically push them down or suck out the air and then seal them off. And then look at that. That's like, I don't know, 8 pairs of socks condensed down into like nothing. Same goes for this with boxers and a couple t-shirts in here. Real quick, before I roll this pair of riding jeans up and put a Rapture wristband on it, I gotta sew them real quick. There's a gnarly little hole right here that busted out last week while I was riding. There's also one right here, I didn't see that before. You know, it's funny. I bet there's actually like probably 90% of riders out there that know how to sew just because of their ripped jeans. You gotta be able to like sew them back together, otherwise you gotta buy a new pair of jeans like every session. All done. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to be reinforced enough just so my pad's not gonna come flying through. Packing up everything in this bag reminds me of the last time I flew to Arizona. I basically used the exact same bag and I filmed the same process, but this time I'm giving you guys quite a few more tips to help you guys with your journeys. But if you guys haven't seen that video, click the link in the upper right hand corner. It's a pretty good one. Actually, if you got some spare time, you might as well watch the whole entire Arizona tour. We toured like, I don't know, 15, 20 skate parks in that entire week that we were in Arizona. It was so much fun. Plan to do basically the exact same thing for the following week. So if you guys are not yet subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Maybe even click that notification bell so you guys are notified when I post new videos. And it'll keep you guys updated on when these videos are going to be coming out. I try to get one out basically once a week. That's at the minimum, sometimes maybe even twice a week. They're always packed with scooter content, so you know it's going to be a good time. But anyways, let's get back into packaging this bag up. We're almost done. We're like one step away from actually putting the stuff in the car and then like, you know, going to bed, sleeping, going on a plane, getting to Arizona tomorrow. It's getting sick. Got the jitters, got the excitement jitters going on. Something about getting on a plane always is just kind of like, it's exciting because it's like a roller coaster ride, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, get on a plane, big metal box in the air, turbulence, you know, just those little things. But it's super fun. Let's get moving. I'm grambling now.
5 minutes later.
All right, now we've got everything packed up and ready to go. I want to go ride. I've been packing all day and making sure I have everything ready for tomorrow. And I want to shake some of these nervous jitters out. But I got my scooter and my pads all packed up. So I got to ride my backup helmet back there and my backup scooter, which is right over here. Pretty much the exact same as my current setup, just slightly different. But let's go out back and ride on the backyard halfpipe. Right about now, I would normally film a little warm-up line with my GoPro, but I just realized since I have my GoPro already packed up in my bag, I'm gonna have to film it on my phone right here. So we're gonna get a little second angle over here, and it's usually the second angle to my GoPro. But it's actually just gonna be the first angle. Actually, before I get this line, go down in the comments and let me know, do you guys like watching the GoPro angle or the second angle better? I'm always interested to see what you guys think is a better angle or what you guys like to watch better. I know a lot of you guys like to see it from the first person point of view. Personally, I really enjoy filming it like that because it's super fun to watch back and see what the camera sees and as if what I saw when I did the trick. But anyways, let's get you set up right here and let's get this line. First line of the day, not feeling too bad at all, but the helmet feels really weird. This thing is like so much tighter, so it kind of sits on my head a little bit higher up. Probably kind of looks a little bit weird too, but we're not gonna let that stop us. Let's get another line, but this time I'm gonna call myself 3 tricks in this line. I wanna do a buttercup, flare whip, fakie, 360 bar spin out. I'm a little out of breath now. For some reason, whenever I don't ride with my pads on, it just feels really weird to like send tricks. I'm like one of those riders that if I have my pads on, I'm like a completely different rider. I'm sure you guys know that if you watch any of my YouTube videos, but let's get one more line and I'm trying to think of something cool to do. I'll try to flavor this one up a little bit to where it's not just the same thing as me going back and forth on a half pipe. For this third line, I'm gonna do a thing that I like to call angles. I've actually made a few edits like this where I just basically get a bunch of angles edited back and forth, and then it like makes the entire video so it doesn't feel like just a tripod clip. It's one of my favorite things to do, especially when I don't have my GoPro on my head. So let's get this back and forth line. Alright, that right there is going to wrap it up for the backyard session. Today's video is not about riding out back, it's about flying to Arizona. So I'll catch back up with you guys tomorrow when we're about to get in the car and go hustle into the airport.
Early the next morning.
It is currently 6:35 in the morning, driving to Cincinnati's airport. Currently 6:37, and it's raining. Once you get into the airport, you're gonna look at all the signs to find out where you need to go. There's little kiosks too that when you check in a bag, you're gonna have to go to print out your label to have your bag checked in. You're gonna like peel it and then slap the label onto your bag. Then you're gonna give it to the check bag people and they're gonna put it on the plane for you. After that, we gotta go get checked by TSA. You ready to get searched? No. Take off the shoes. We made it through TSA, no problem. That's always the scariest part for me because for some reason I always feel like I'm gonna get caught up in our plane when we're gonna be late. You didn't get checked either, so no full body searches today. All right, she's got her Starbucks. We're heading to the seating area to wait. Well, actually, we're not really gonna be waiting long considering we've cut it pretty close. We're really close on time, so we gotta get moving fast. We are boarding, we are boarding, we are boarding, we are boarding to Denver, then to Arizona. Getting pumped. Right there is where the scooter would drop off. Yeah, so normally strollers, right there. We just landed in Denver, Colorado, and we're about to get on the exact same plane that we just got off of. So literally the seat was 19 that we're gonna be sitting on, which is like 2 rows in front of what we just were. We were 23 before, so we're gonna literally get back on the exact same plane. It's kind of
very important information.
Yeah, it's very important information.
Very important.
Yeah. Gotta love layovers. It's only an hour-long layover, so can't really do much. So we're just gonna be waiting to get back on. Hopefully they didn't take my scooter off. I'm gonna be upset if they did, because then I'll have to get it shipped. All right, to the plane now.
Just then.
Package acquired. Oh, baby made it there safe and sound.
Hey.
My baby other baby made it there safe and sound. All right, let's go get Caden. There he is.
One week later.
All right, so what we're doing right there was we were shipping back a lot of our clothes that last time we had to pay a little bit too much because our bags were too big. A whole long story short, I'll talk about it later. But basically right now we just shipped back some jeans, some stuff that was heavy, and things that we wanted to get back home without having to carry home in our bags. And we're back home now. I thought it'd be a good time to wrap up today's video with, you know, receiving the package that we just shipped out from USPS in Arizona. So let's fly that over here and explain now why we ship back things. When you have a layover, you get off the plane and then you get back on the plane. Sometimes there are more strict people that work at airports and will really check your bag and make sure it fits inside of their personal item category. So what happened was, on the way to Arizona, we got on a plane in Cincinnati. And our bags, you know, no problem. The people were like, hey, get on the plane, personal item, sick. They fit below our chairs just fine, no biggie. We get off in Denver. Denver got a little sketchy because we go back on the plane, the exact same plane that we literally just got off of, and they made us put our bags in these little personal item checker things that measure your bag. And they were like, hey, sorry, your bags are too big. So what we did was, instead of paying $100 per bag on the way home, we decided, hey, let's just go to USPS. Since I ship out so many products with them anyways, I was like, I already know what the label is gonna cost me. So I think it was like 20 bucks or $25 to ship out that box, which condensed down our bags to like that thin. So there was no possible chance that they were gonna like be like, yo, your bag's too big, and then make us pay an extra $100 per bag. It was pretty ridiculous, but it is what it is, and you learn from your experience. I know next time I would definitely not be overstuffing my bag because I'm gonna make sure it sticks inside of the personal item slot, no problem. So there's no just little hiccups along the way. But if you guys do that from the start, you guys will be fine, and you won't even have to worry about getting your bag, you know, crammed into a thing. And just don't overpack your bags. And at least now you know, in worst case scenario, instead of having to spend a lot of money to have it with you on the plane, you can always use the route of shipping it to you or shipping it back home from where you are. But overall, the trip was absolutely amazing. I'm wiped. We just got home yesterday and I'm still on Arizona time, so I'm like really exhausted. It's still light out here, which would be light back home, but it would be like 3 hours previous, so it's like I'm all over the place. That's usually how it goes when you get back from wherever you just came from. But man, it was such a fun trip. We hit so many fun skate parks, and I want to give a big thank you to Caden and his family for letting us stay there for the entire week. So much fun. We saw the Grand Canyon. We just did an unlimited amount of fun that I will never forget. Definitely a big shout out to him and his family. But we're gonna go and wrap the video up right there. I hope you guys maybe learned something from today's video and maybe now have a better idea of how to travel with your scooter, or maybe just how to travel in general. It's sometimes a little nerve-wracking, but it doesn't have to be, especially after you guys do it a couple times. It gets easier and easier. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to comment them down below and let me know what you guys thought about this video, or if you have any questions about how to fly with your scooter, and I'll be happy to answer them down below. If you guys liked today's video, give me a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on this incredible week that's about to drop. I'm editing the videos right now, literally in the middle of editing all the videos. They're insane. There's so many bangers. There's so many sick clips and fun times in these videos for the weeks to come. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on those. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.